Season 8 of Hudson Rex is officially moving forward. And while that should be something to celebrate, the truth is that it comes with one of the most emotional transitions the show has ever faced. Yes, the series continues, the cast is returning, and the production team has already begun shaping the new direction of the show. But fans know that this season carries a weight that no previous season had. Because this is the first full season without Diesel, the beloved dog who brought Rex to life since the very beginning. Diesel wasn't just a dog playing a role. He was the heartbeat of the show. He was the warmth, the loyalty, the emotional anchor, and losing him left a silent void that cannot simply be replaced by training or choreography. When Diesel passed away during Season 7 due to a sudden medical emergency, it didn't just impact the storyline, it affected the entire spirit of the set. His co-star, John Reardon, who plays Charlie, wasn't just acting beside him. They lived and worked together, bonded through years of emotional connection and trust. Their bond was real. It was visible in every scene where Rex leaned in for comfort, or when Charlie spoke to him like he would to a friend rather than just a partner. Diesel understood timing, emotion, and instinct in a way that was almost beyond belief. So now, stepping into Season 8, the show is faced with both honoring Diesel's legacy and introducing the new dog, Dylan, who is now officially taking over the role of Rex. And while Dylan is talented, trained, and absolutely capable, the emotional shift is something viewers will feel whether they expect to or not. Season 8 is being shaped with a careful understanding of this emotional reality. It's not just about continuing the story, it's about healing, both for the audience and the cast. While production is underway, the energy is very different compared to past seasons. There's a seriousness, a maturity, and a visible sense of respect in how the cast and crew talk about the upcoming episodes. Everyone knows that Diesel's presence is irreplaceable, and the show is approaching this transition with sincerity, rather than pretending nothing happened. In fact, fans may notice subtle changes in how Rex interacts, how Charlie responds, and even how emotional beats are delivered throughout scenes. These are not mistakes. They're intentional. They are reflections of real grief and real adjustment. On the casting side, fans will also see more focus placed on Charlie's emotional world this season. After everything that John Reardon went through personally, his public battle with tonsil cancer, his recovery, and returning to work stronger, Season 8 becomes more layered than ever before. It's not just the character dealing with loss and moving forward. It's the actor himself, carrying real emotional weight into his performance. And when real life and storytelling align like this, the results can be powerful. There is a deeper meaning in every scene, every pause, and every moment of connection. This is a season that will feel raw, personal, and incredibly human. But here's where the suspense begins. The show has not openly stated how they will address the transition of Rex on screen. They may write it into the story. They may let the change happen quietly. Or they may reveal the shift in a meaningful emotional episode. Right now, the production is keeping those details protected, and that mystery is going to have fans watching closer than ever. Because for many viewers, Rex is not just part of the show. Rex is the soul of the show. And Season 8 will be the moment where we learn whether the series can evolve without losing what made it special in the first place. What makes Season 8 even more impactful is the emotional journey behind the scenes, especially when it comes to John Reardon and the transition of Rex. Fans already know that John and Diesel had a connection that went far beyond normal on-screen partnership. They weren't just performing together, they relied on each other. Diesel responded to John's voice, his gestures, his energy. It was a relationship built slowly, with patience and trust, until they reached a point where they didn't need rehearsed cues or signals. They could simply feel each other. And now, stepping into Season 8 with Dylan taking on the role of Rex, John must recreate that bond all over again. Not in a forced way, not in a rushed way, but carefully, respectfully, and emotionally in real time. It's not something that can just be replaced or imitated. It is something that must grow naturally, and that growth will show itself throughout the season. Many fans didn't realize during Season 7 that Diesel was struggling. Looking back, some viewers noticed subtle differences in the way Rex carried himself, like he moved a little slower or sometimes appeared more tired or more gentle in his expressions. The heartbreaking truth is that Diesel was fighting something no one could have predicted. And yet, he continued working, giving the same loyalty, intelligence, and emotional sensitivity that made him beloved worldwide. When his health condition worsened, the cast and crew chose privacy, not secrecy. They chose respect, not attention. Diesel was not treated like an animal on set. He was treated like family. And his final episode, A Room with a Clue, unexpectedly became the perfect goodbye. That episode focused so much on Rex that it now feels like a tribute, a farewell written before anyone knew it was won. Now, with Season 8 in motion, Dylan steps forward, not to replace Diesel, but to continue his legacy. Dylan is not a random new dog brought in to fill a space. He is family. He is Diesel's nephew. He has been trained by the same team, surrounded by the same environment, and taught with the same emotional connection approach. Sherry Davis, the trainer who worked with Diesel from the beginning, has openly shared how difficult it was to continue her work after Diesel's passing, but she also made it clear that the best way to honor Diesel was to pass forward everything he learned. Dylan and Dreamer, who will continue as the stunt double, have been carefully prepared not to mimic Diesel, but to embody Rex through their own confidence, instincts, and presence. This means that viewers may notice differences in subtle behaviors, how Rex looks at Charlie, how he responds, how he sits beside him, but that is part of the beauty of every bond. No two relationships look the same, and the show is allowing this transition to unfold naturally. And then, there is John Reardon's personal journey. His battle with tonsil cancer shook fans when he revealed it publicly. He went from being a strong, charismatic lead to undergoing intense treatment, moments of weakness, and emotional vulnerability. He shared photos showing how drastically his appearance and health changed, and his honesty made fans appreciate him in a deeper way. Now that he is cancer-free and back filming Season 8, many viewers are expecting a performance that feels more grounded, more emotional, more aware of how precious life really is. And you will feel that in this season. You will see it in how Charlie interacts with Rex, how he pauses before speaking, how he holds on to moments just a little longer, how he looks at his partner with subtle but meaningful affection. This season isn't just a continuation, it's a reflection of everything the cast and characters have lived through. The writers of the show also understand how delicate this moment is. They cannot ignore Diesel's legacy, but they also cannot dwell in grief so deeply that the show becomes heavy. Their challenge is to maintain what makes Hudson and Rex special: the partnership, the loyalty, the bravery, the sense of justice, while allowing the emotional shift to exist openly. This is why Season 8 is being described behind the scenes as a turning point season, not a reboot, not a dramatic rewrite, but a season where everything evolves, where the connection between Charlie and Rex will be seen rebuilding in real time, where viewers will watch a partnership strengthen one scene at a time. A season built around healing, growth, and moving forward without forgetting where the heart of the story began. And this creates a deep suspense for viewers, because none of us truly know how the emotional tone of the show will feel until we watch it. Will the bond between Charlie and Rex feel familiar? Will it feel brand new? Will there be a tribute episode acknowledging Diesel directly? Will the season gradually show Rex finding his rhythm again, reflecting the natural way animals adjust to new environments and new bonds? These are questions the production team has intentionally left unanswered. And that silence is powerful. Because sometimes, the strongest emotional moments come when they are not explained. They are felt. If Season 8 succeeds, it will be because it never tries to erase the past. It will be because it honors everything Diesel built while letting the story grow with Dylan's presence. And fans will be watching closely, not just to see what happens in the plot, but to feel the emotional journey between Charlie and Rex begin again, slowly, gently, and beautifully. Another layer that makes Season 8 so emotionally charged is how the rest of the cast is adjusting to this transition behind the scenes. Because even though the spotlight is often on Charlie and Rex, the truth is that the entire team has been shaped by Diesel's presence over the years. From Jesse Mills to Sarah Truong to Superintendent Donovan, every cast member has spoken at some point about how Rex wasn't just a character. They felt like they were working alongside a real colleague, one with personality, intelligence, and emotional sensitivity. Diesel's presence had a way of grounding the atmosphere on set. Whether scenes were emotional, suspenseful, or intense, his calming energy brought a kind of warmth that is rare to find. And when you lose something like that, the environment doesn't simply reset. There is a noticeable shift, a quietness, a moment where everyone realizes that something meaningful is missing. And this awareness influences how the actors approach their roles going into season 8. But the cast is not moving forward in sadness. Instead, they are approaching this season with a shared purpose: to protect what the show has always stood for. The partnership between Hudson and Rex has never been just about solving cases. It's about connection, loyalty, and the unspoken understanding between a human and a dog. This emotional foundation is something the cast and crew are dedicated to preserving. So, while Dylan will be taking over the role of Rex, the energy around him is supportive rather than pressured. Everyone understands that Dylan is not replacing Diesel. He is continuing a legacy, and the cast is working with him patiently, giving him the space to grow, to learn the rhythm of the scenes, and to build a bond with John at his own pace. This means that viewers may notice more moments where Rex expresses curiosity, playfulness, or new behavioral quirks. These aren't mistakes. They're natural character development, reflecting the reality of building a new relationship. Season 8 may also explore more of Charlie's emotional layers in subtle ways. The show has always balanced mystery with heart, but this season may lean more into the internal growth of the characters. Charlie has always been strong, reliable, and calm under pressure. But losing a partner, whether it's addressed directly or symbolically, changes a person. It may not show up in big emotional speeches or dramatic scenes. Instead, it may reveal itself in quiet pauses, softer tones, or more protective instincts when Rex is involved in dangerous situations. Fans may notice Charlie holding Rex closer, watching him more attentively, or sometimes hesitating like he's remembering something he lost before. These small moments can be incredibly powerful. They show that even heroes have fragile places in their hearts. And then there is the emotional growth of the team dynamic as a whole. Jesse's playful energy, Sarah's analytical focus, and Donovan's grounding presence all help Charlie stay balanced. But this season, they may also show their care and awareness in more heartfelt ways. For example, there may be subtle shifts where they respect Charlie's attachment to Rex more deeply, or where they become more protective of Rex during operations. They may step back when Charlie needs a moment. They may offer support without saying much. These small behavioral changes communicate something important, that this team is more than just a group of colleagues solving crimes. They are a family that grows together, grieves together, and continues forward together. The writing team knows how deeply viewers are attached to the emotional core of the show, and that means Season 8 will likely have a noticeably different tone, gentler, wiser, more reflective. But don't mistake that for a lack of suspense. If anything, this emotional shift opens the door for more intense, character-driven storytelling. Because when personal stakes are high, every case feels more meaningful. Every rescue feels more urgent. Every danger feels more real. And fans will likely feel that tension all season long. When Rex is placed in risky situations, viewers may feel a stronger sense of fear, knowing what has been lost in real life. When Charlie calls Rex's name, that emotional pull may feel heavier. And when Rex shows bravery, loyalty, or intelligence, it may feel like a tribute to Diesel's legacy all over again. But perhaps the most powerful suspense surrounding Season 8 is one simple question. How will the show address Diesel's passing? The producers have remained silent. No public story arc has been revealed. No episode description hints at a tribute. No interviews confirm whether the show will acknowledge the transition on screen or let viewers feel it naturally. And that silence is intentional, because no matter how it happens, whether through a tribute episode, a quiet acknowledgement, or a symbolic scene, fans are going to feel something deep. This is why Season 8 isn't just another continuation, it's a season of transformation. The kind that reshapes the story, the characters, and the emotional experience of watching the show. And everyone watching will be experiencing that shift together. Now, let's talk about what Season 8 may actually look like in terms of storytelling, pacing, and emotional direction, because this is where things become especially intriguing. The writers and producers know that the audience is entering this season with heightened awareness, emotional history, and a deep connection to everything this show represents. So, Season 8 is not being written as just another chapter, it's being shaped as a bridge between what the show has been and what it is becoming. Instead of rushing into new storylines or jumping straight into high-intensity cases, the tone of the early episodes of Season 8 may feel more grounded, more thoughtful, and more connected to the emotional threads left behind. And that shift may not be loudly announced, it will appear in the small moments. The quiet looks, the long pauses, the gentle touches, the way Rex sits closer to Charlie, not just as a partner, but almost as a reminder of the bond that once lived with Diesel. And Charlie's response to this new Rex, Dylan, will be incredibly meaningful to watch, because this is where art and reality merge. John isn't just acting, he's living through a genuine emotional reconstruction of a partnership. This changes how cases will feel as well. Every investigation Rex joins now carries a deeper sense of purpose, because the audience is watching not just the plot unfold, but the new relationship take shape. The action scenes, whether chasing a suspect, searching a building, or tracking a scent, will likely feel more personal this season. Viewers will pay closer attention to every gesture, every interaction, because there is something emotionally alive beneath the surface. It's no longer just about solving crimes, it's about rebuilding trust in real time. And the writers know this. That's why they are shifting the narrative focus slightly more onto character emotion, maintaining the suspense and mystery the show is known for, but blending it with quiet emotional weight that lingers long after the episode ends. Another interesting aspect is how the dynamic within the team may evolve. Charlie may lean more on Jesse, Sarah, and Donovan for support, not in big dramatic scenes, but in subtle interactions. Maybe in how they check in on him without asking too many questions, or how they treat Rex with gentle reassurance as he adjusts to his new environment. These are small, human moments that bring depth to the show, and the cast is more than capable of delivering this kind of emotional storytelling, especially now that they are not just playing characters, they are genuinely supporting each other through this transition in real life. It adds authenticity, it adds rawness, it adds weight. And although the emotional tone of the season will understandably feel different, the thrill, the mystery, and the suspense that Hudson and Rex is known for are not going anywhere. In fact, Season 8 may feel even more gripping than past seasons because the stakes are higher now, not just for the cases, but for the characters themselves. When Rex goes into dangerous territory, fans will hold their breath in a way they never did before. When Charlie calls out Rex's name, there will be a deeper urgency behind it. When Rex tracks a scent or signals a clue, it will feel symbolic, as if a legacy is continuing in front of us. This is the kind of emotional thrill that doesn't need loud music or dramatic speeches. It happens naturally when the audience cares deeply about the partnership at the center of the story